Hello everyone, this is DerKrampus and welcome back to Sailwind. When we left off, we had just reached Happy Bay with mail taken down from Fort Astron, and I've loaded us up with a full return journey's worth. This is going to be a little bit more difficult than the trip down here. And that's simply owing to the way that the trade winds tend to flow from one area to the next. Now, coming down here, we had a largely favorable wind. It tends to flow in sort of a triangular pattern, which would encourage you to go from Astron to the Emerald Archipelago, then down to Al-Ankh and back up to Fort Astron. But because we're coming back up the way we came from, the wind right now is coming out of the north-northwest, which just so happens to be exactly where we need to go. So we're going to have to tack our way back up the wind and claw our way back towards Fort Astron, zigzagging all along the way, and that's going to make navigation a bit more difficult. It means that it's going to be significantly more likely that we'll eventually drift either to the east or west of our intended course and have to pick up from there, but for now, we're departing Happy Bay towards the north-northeast, and we'll just see how we end up. Maybe we'll make it, maybe we won't, but we'll end up somewhere. That's something, at least. Let's go ahead, take a nap. We've earned it. We'll see where we are when we wake up. Hopefully we're not blowing down. Alright, we've been kicked out of our sleep. Why have we been kicked out of our sleep? Is the wind changing? It appears to be changing, so let's go ahead and tack across the wind. As best as we can. Let's see, did we get it? Did we hit our stays? We hit our stays, good. Alright. Let's see how far up on the wind we can get before we start to lose it. Can we get to west-northwest? We can. Excellent. That means that we're more on track than we thought we were. Very good. Very good. Alright, we're awake and it seems... Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's knock that down. Run that out. What have we got going on here? Okay. Well, things got very bad very quickly, from the look of it. Let's bring that up about to half sail. Bring that up to about half sail. It very much pushed us into something of a blowdown. Okay. Cut off a bit, maybe we can get pointed back where we need to go. That'd be nice. We are taking on a little bit of water here and there, but nothing too serious. We're gonna have to pull that a little bit tighter. There we go. That's about where we want to be pointing, but can it hold? That's the big question. Can it hold? quite a lot. Oh, wow, okay. It's holding course. Alright, so... that's something, at least. Let's have something to eat, and then we'll get back into this. At least we didn't capsize. That's the important thing. We almost got swamped there. As you can see, things can be a little bit more violent once you get outside of the islands. Just a bit. Need the other one too, if there's one on there. There is. Alright. Still holding course, so the cog at least seems to be handling it somewhat well. Oh, an eel. That'll feed us. That'll feed us just fine. Right? Did I lose my hook? I lost my hook. Alright. Do I still have a partial? There we go. There we go. Oh, we are sailing right into a storm. That's no good. I mean, it's not the worst thing. We can weather it, I'm sure, but it's not going to be pleasant. Which way is that? That's east. So is that the sun rising up, or is that just moonlight? I think that's the sun coming up over that way. Happy Bay still off there. We're still west-northwest, or north-northwest, rather. Which I believe is right where we want to be. North-northwest. Oh, that's a bad one. That was a bad one. Let's ease a bit more sail. I'll just come by on just a scrap of sail here. And hopefully not get absolutely trashed. This is where you want a bigger boat. Right here. I mean, look at this. Just absolutely disgusting. Alright. Well, that's the way we need to go. Regardless of whether or not the storm's that way, so let's go ahead and take another short rest, and hopefully we won't wake up outside the boat or anything like that. Let's see. Incidentally, I do believe that we'll have all of our extra islands back in Aestrin when we get back, as that update has been pushed out to the main branch, so it'll be nice to see those places again. Oh, goodness. Alright. I guess we're doing that. Alright. Let's get back more on course. Now that we've been thrown through the air. Come on. Climb that wave. Let's go. Pull up a bit more. Bit more. bit more on that wind. Come on. There we go. See where the wheel evens out. We may need to get this in a little bit. Alright, this might just be the best we can do. Alright. We're sailing northwest now. That's fine. If we end up a bit to the west, we'll just have to sail correcting to the east a little bit more when we get the chance. Not the end of the world. And we're gonna fill up our water barrels nicely. Yeah, look, that one's already filled up. That one's filled up, that one's filled up. So it's... the rain's doing its job at least. The water barrels are filling. Are we making any headway at all, or do we need a little bit more sail? I feel like we need a little bit more, because it's like we don't have enough authority in the rudder. So maybe we'll go back to half sails going in here. What I will do is I'll move the water all over to this side. And hopefully, I will maybe balance us against those waves. We're drifting farther and farther westward on our course. We need to get some control here. Because the wind is drifting further and further westward, actually, but look at it. I don't think we're going to be able to tack in this strong a wind, unfortunately. So, we might just have to ride it out and hope for the best. Now let's just go west-northwest if we can. Ease off a little bit there. Tighten up a little bit there. That'll balance us out a little. This is why it gets tedious sailing in the small ships. If we were in something like the brig, we could be darn near under a full press of sail and not really have to worry if we could keep it on an even keel, but it's not always possible. I will say we probably need a second jib, because I need to run that mainsail almost parallel to the wind in order to get any kind of balance at the helm. So, when we get the chance, we'll probably run an extended bowsprit and a second jib as soon as we get back to Fort Astrand and put into the harbor. Alright. That's right where we're coming from. Do we have a fish on? We do. Looks like we've managed to just skirt the worst of that storm. That's always nice. Maybe we can get out of this a little bit less battered than we otherwise would. And the sea does seem to be relaxing a bit. It's calming down. A little. Is that... I can't hear me eating. Is that the new settings? Can we get to that from here? I don't think we can get that from here. There is a new setting in the game that lets you control the volume with which you eat food, and that seems to be down very low. I haven't messed with it yet. rain makes it nice to have our little happy little cabin. Although being a little bit less top-heavy would be nice too. Looking forward to the slim cabin. Alright, so... we still see Happy Bay. Not really. No? No. It's long gone. Alright. If we could still see it, I'd shoot a bearing to see exactly how far west we're going to end up, but I don't think that's going to be an option. Alright, let's go ahead and take another short nap. No. Stay up for a bit. Let's do some cleaning. Good time to do it. And the rules say we have to. A neat ship is a happy ship, after all. Alright. I do think it's funny that the fruit will just continue to dry even if it's getting splashed by water and rained on and all that. It really doesn't care. It just needs to be in the open air. Alright. In fact, some of that might already be dried. Yeah. Bananas aren't yet. I did buy some more fruit in Happy Bay, so now we're trending more southward. I don't like that at all. Wind out of the... it's shifting a lot. We want to be going that way. Is that enough? I think it might be. Alright, we're gonna drop this and we're gonna back our way into this tack. Ourselves going backward. There we go. Push our way around. Come on. Get us where we need to be. A little bit more. We're so close, we're almost there. If we can get this due north, maybe we can get back on track. There we go. Alright, let's pull up the square sail. Trim everything up. Hopefully we'll be able to start making headway in this direction. There we go. Alright, we're moving. We are moving. And in nominally the right direction. I don't think we're far enough off course that we won't see Mount Malefic. It's a pretty big... oh! The base right there was behind the storm. So we are due north of Happy Bay. I can plot that on the map. I can certainly plot that on the map. Not terribly far due north either. That's a little frustrating, but... yeah. I'll roll with it. I don't know how far north of Happy Bay we are, but at least we shouldn't be too far off course. We're still going to be going north-northwest. You seem to be blowing up into the wind a bit. Let's ease that off. Now the wind's on that side, we're going to want to move some things around. Let's get all of our water over onto this side. Hopefully that'll balance us out a bit. Alright, let's take a short nap and we'll see where we're at. Alright, it's near sundown. The moon is setting in the west. The wind is setting in the west. The sun is setting in the west. We are, again, almost still due north. Traveling just shy of due north. The water appears to be calming. I think we could go back out to full sails. There. Far more handsome boat when it's fully set. Now we can finally start making some progress. How are we looking? We don't have any kind of scurvy yet. We're a little thirsty. And a little hungry. Let's get something to eat. Another eel. We're lucky. Alright. Okay. So the wheel is trying to hold us slightly upwind. That tracks. We're drifting downwind here, so let's come up on the wind just a bit. Right where we need to be. Right about there. We'll bring this up a bit to tighten the boat's tendency to weather helm. That seems like a nice comfortable place for us to sail right now. We're nice and close hauled. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very good. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and pause recording because, again, open ocean isn't the most exciting thing to look at. And I'll come back once I have something interesting going on, maybe another change in the weather, or next time we take a navigational fix, and I'll see you then. Be right back. Alright, it is morning. The second day of travel here. Happy Bay is long out of sight. The wind and the waves have calmed down, and it's moved abaft the beam, so I've gone ahead and set the course sail. And we are clipping along at a fairly good little speed in light winds. We're right on course, north-northwest. And if conditions stay like this, then we might have a more favorable time of it than we expected. Although I'm not going to hold out hope for that. Looks like we've got another eel coming up too. We've been very fortunate. Whatever bait we're using on this rod, we need to keep using it. There we go. Some unagi. Alright. Oh my goodness. Okay. The whales are active. Look, there it is right there. Did you see it? Is it coming over on this side? Where'd it go? Where did it go? I could see it under the water. That was crazy. There it is. Awesome. Very cool. I love the sea life mod. It just adds... I know it's just the whales, but it adds so much to the game. Just seeing them every now and then. I wouldn't mind just coming up here and watching them for a bit. They're gonna give us a show. Anything at all? No? Or have we kind of passed that? Sometimes you can see them for quite a while. We are moving pretty fast, so... Yeah, they're way back there. We're kind of away from the pod now. That was cool. It's always neat. Kind of just waiting for midday here so I can get a latitude reading off the sun. We're probably close enough, are we? Yeah, we can read that. We're sitting at about... call that about 36 degrees latitude. I'll go ahead and mark that on the map. You won't be able to see it, but I will. So 36 degrees going north-northwest. Alright, we'll say... There we go. I've gone ahead and marked it, and you'll see it on the screen soon. I'll go ahead and add that in post. And that's the important part of maintaining a good solid course. If we deviate too far from the line, I'll know roughly how far north and south we are, but without a chronometer, we don't really have a good way of knowing how far east or west we are at the moment. So, it's still just a hook. There we go. Is the wind shifting on us? It looks like it might be. Looks like our mainsail there is not terribly happy. We'll address that in a second. Let's eat first. And the wind's mostly the same. And we're going mostly the same direction, so we should be alright. Should be. That I'm going to go ahead and take another nap. And once again, I will come back if things change, because otherwise it's not going to be a terribly interesting journey. Hey, the weather appears to have gotten significantly worse. We're still mostly holding course, mostly. But there was a storm off to the west, which is going to be a little bit concerning. But I think it's going to pass us by. The main thing is that it's forced me to reduce sail. And that's not great. It means that we're moving along at a snail's pace fighting against the waves, but yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna carry on fighting the weather for a bit. Let's get some food. Usually when it gets this bad, it stays this bad for a day or two, so probably won't be able to get a good positional fix for a little while, just due to cloud cover and all that. That's okay. I think we're mostly going the right way. I don't think we're at any risk of missing out on landfall at Eastern. Not yet. Now, if it's storm after storm after storm, then we can start worrying that we might be drifting, but I think we're going to be alright. taking on water every now and then, but not too bad. Mostly it's the constant helm input that gets me. How are we doing this? Trying to lean over a little bit. I don't know if I can reduce that any further than I already am. Can do. The wind is behind us. What if we drop that entirely? Bring the jib all the way up. Keep the main squared up tight, and then drop the main down. All the way down. There we go. And that shouldn't heel us over too much because it's pointed straight ahead. And it should allow us to keep a fairly even keel. Alright. There we go. So we'll just ride on the course and surf down the surf downwind here as best we can. Get some water. There we go. Alright, not often we get to run on just the square sail, but it seems to be nice and stable for now, so probably what we're going to do for a little. Might need to put the jibs down though, because you can see it's trying to steer downwind. So I need to put some jib onto it. Try and even things out here. We'll see what the wheel does with that. If it still has to steer hard downwind, we'll add a little bit more jib, but I want to overpress the boat and push it over into the waves or something. That seems just fine. Yeah, just fine. Alright. Oh, we encountered some wreckage. It's never good. Someone else must have foundered in the storm out here. We'll keep an eye out for survivors, but no great hope. Not here in the night. I'll go ahead and take a nap. I'll keep fighting the storm, and when things change, I'll come back to you. See you in a bit. Alright, this is our 4th night of sailing, according to the calendar and the log. And I've got the cog under a full press of sail with the main, the jib, and the course all fully set. We got the wind coming in off of the, what's that? Coming in out of the southwest. We are well on our course and making good time. Let's go ahead and get some to eat. I have been catching trout, which means we're getting close to the eastern region. That's a more northerly fish. So we're probably in eastern waters. We're just not seeing Mount Malefic yet. You see there's a trout right there. We're probably only a day or two out from actually sighting land, and from there the navigation gets easy. Okay. Yeah, you can see the the map has updated. It has the Fey Valley, Firefly Grotto, and Astra Abbey on there, which means the update has gone through. We don't have any kind of nutritional concerns. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on going. The next time you hear from me, we'll either be in a storm or we'll be sighting land. So hopefully it'll be soon. Should be in a day or two. Be right back. Alright, let's give it a little cleaning here, now that we can actually see what we're doing. There we go. We are taking occasional bits of water there. I don't really like the sound of that. Might need to reduce sail a little bit. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Shouldn't be too bad, right? It is picking up. Alright, we'll drop this just a little bit. And then we'll drop this just a little bit. There we go. Get ourselves back on course. Alright. I'm happy enough with that. Alright. Good, good, good. Lots of water, nothing but water. At least we have plenty of water. That's a good start. That's the steering of the light. It's trying to come up into the weather. See if it likes that. Are we at midday yet? Can we take a latitude reading? Yeah, there we go. Alright. It's about 39. Roughly 39. I'll plot that on the map. We should be getting really close. A day out from Mount Malefic if we can't see it by the end of this day. Surely. It does usually take about a day longer than you'd think it should. Kind of weird like that. Get to the point where you think you should surely see the islands, then go about a day more than that. That usually puts you where you need to be. Seems subjective, I know, but it works. Goodness, alright. Okay. Things are definitely getting very rough. Very rough. To sail us right into a storm, but it looks like that's exactly where we have to go. Unfortunately. We're just gonna have to weather it as best we can. I think. Oh, I don't like that one bit. Now let's come this way. Alright. Is there any more weight I can move onto this side? The nail isn't going to weigh much. It just is what it is. The water doesn't seem to want to know what it does. Doesn't seem to want to know what it does. Doesn't seem to know what it wants to do. That's what it is. That one's got a fish. Take that. Alright. Idle fishing mod, one of the best mods in the game. If you don't want to spend the entire voyage holding a fishing pole in your hand, get the idle fishing mod. Right, that's empty. There's our fish. There it is. So we could store that in there. I mean, it seems to be holding an okay course and just clipping the edge of the storm, but I still don't particularly like it. But it's a storm. I don't think you're supposed to really like it. So. Oh, I just saw a shipwreck spawn up in front of us. Yep. Let's see if we can dodge that. Don't necessarily want to go bumping right into something. There we go. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Alright. And turn on. And as nasty as this is, let's go ahead and just take a rest, I think. See what happens. Alright, how bad has it got? We're passing that storm. And that's not too bad. Doesn't look too bad, at least. I wonder how close we'll be to being able to ford the brig once we're done here. Because we've got to be getting close. Close to home, I mean, not necessarily close to the brig, but you get what I mean. We are moving, right? We do appear to be moving. Alright, I'll be back in a bit once something happens. Alright, everyone. It's dawn. The storm is past. Looking out that way. If I get it in the peripheral, I think I can just barely make out. Yep, Mount Malefic just peeking over the horizon over there. So we need to moving about west-northwest, which just happens to be due upwind, because of course it is. But we can come up on the wind a little bit. We can come up to maybe due northwest. Let's get some sail out. In a bit, we'll get ourselves up. Close hold on the wind. About like that. There we go. Alright, from here, I'm not going to say it's going to be smooth sailing. We could hit weather, but we're certainly not going to get lost. We can see exactly where we're trying to go. So it should only be a few days now, assuming the weather holds and all that. Excellent. Very good. Let's get this down in the water. Doesn't seem to be actually fishing. There we go. Alright. So that's our destination right over there. The boat's nice and clean, it's presentable. We've got plenty of time to make our deliveries. 15 days to Malefic, 17 to Aestrin, yeah. Yeah, not a problem at all. I'm sure the wind is going to fight us in there every step of the way, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. We're right dead on target. We navigated it well. Very good. On our final approach to Mount Malefic, we are officially within the Aestrin archipelago. Got beautiful, calm weather, good solid winds. And getting into the port's going to be a bit tricky because we're going to have to come in something like that, but I think we'll manage. We need to get to the other side of the island, and we'll figure it out from there, but everything's looking good, looking according to plan. Now, we're either going to upgrade to the brig if we can afford it, or probably put a longer bowsprit and a second head sail on here, because I'm kind of, anything other than close hauled, I have to burn this sail down about halfway, so it should make the boat a little bit faster overall. It does want to heel over, so maybe we'll do the slim cabin or the deep keel. We'll see. See what ends up happening. What we have enough gold for. I don't think we have enough to do all that, but yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Right, here we are. 13 days early. Not bad, not bad. What else have we got? Things we're heading up to Sunspire next. Let's go ahead and get the mail to there. And is there any mail? There we go. Alright. We've got ourselves a nice little loop we can run. We've pushed our reputation nice and high, so we can actually carry a fair few jobs at once, which is nice. Let's go ahead and shove off, and we'll head up towards Sunspire. Come on, get turned around. There we go. Well, that's a heck of a noise. All right. All right. Let's turn it this way. Get that up. Just gonna head right on over there. We could use some sleep, use a little water. But we should be able to sail right on in. Bit of food. Let's take ourselves a nap. Hopefully we'll wake up nice and close. Alright, let's see where we're at. We're making a little forward progress. Kind of climbing up the wind here, so it's not the best. But we are maintaining a slightly upwind angle on it, which is nice. So what we'll do is we'll do a little bit more island hopping here, I think, because I don't want to launch into another long voyage right away. I think it would be a little bit too boring to watch. Certainly don't want to go to Happy Bay next. Maybe we could shoot on down to Al Ankh or something. That could be fun. That's a thought. We could even try and complete a whole circuit, potentially. Go down to Emerald Archipelago, carrying mail for Dragon Cliffs, and then continue all the way around. Take mail from Al Ankh, via Dragon Cliffs, and then come all the way back home with return mail from each. That could be fun. I don't know if we're fast enough for a trip like that, but we might be. It's worth considering, at least. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and take another nap, and I'll come back when there's daylight. Okay, so it would seem we've got a little bit of a race here. Our old friend over there is getting to the same place we are, so I've gone ahead and packed on every scrap of canvas the boat will hold. And we'll see if we're able to overtake him. I think we're going to be the faster boat. Not sure. I can't promise that, but I think we're gaining on him. Yeah. I don't think there's much he's going to be able to do to beat us into port. No, we're hauling the mail. But he knows what that means. Oh yeah. You can run and run and run, but we're not running. We're close hauled. Oh goodness, that's a lot of sail. That's a lot of heel. Look at that. But it's nice and smooth. I think we can get away with it. We can always dump some sail if we have to. But for now, I think we're going to overtake him. Yeah, that'd show. That'd show. Alright. Actually, I think we are overtaking him. Where is he? Or are we just on a direct collision course? I think we might be. We could board him, maybe. Maybe. I don't think that would be wise. That might be considered an act of piracy. But we are headed directly into the dock. But we do seem to be doing so faster than him, at least by a little bit. Yeah, I think we are overtaking him. Bit by bit. Drifting a little downwind. There we go. Yeah, what do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that? You're jealous, aren't you? I think you're jealous. I think you are. Like, I've even got fish. I'm gonna eat it right in front of you. Just to gloat. Look at that. It's not even a good fish. It's a trash fish, but I'm still gonna keep it. Eat it. See that? Look, that's delicious. And it's all mine, just like victory. Alright. Still on target. Mostly. Actually reduce sail a little bit. bit more tightly in the wind. Just a fuzz. There we go. As much as we can. Oh yeah, he's choking on our dust. We're way faster than him. Wait till we get our extra head sail. We'll just be unstoppable. Over there's Fort Astron, which will be our next stop. Because I believe we have 2 to Sunspire, 2 to Fort Astron. Yeah, we're going to come in slightly upwind. We'll have an easy cruise into the dock. Heck yeah. Right on. We're way too good. The mail service, he can't touch the mail service. It's just, it's not possible. Not possible. What's our time looking like? Where are we at? I can't tell. Not too long. We probably have enough time left to go ahead and make our way to Fort Astron before we close out the video. We'll call it the completed voyage. Be able to show up in the capital, head held high, having outrun this guy on our little race. And, yeah, that should be a nice place to bookend our overseas part of this adventure for now. Nope, nope, don't turn that way. Keep turning toward the dock. There you go. That's probably enough momentum. Yeah. Excellent. Step off without drowning ourselves. Yes, we can. All right. Yeah, look at him. He doesn't even know what to do. He has no idea where to go. He's lost. He's lost because he has lost. I do like the build on his little boat, though. It's very nice. Set up well. But it's set up the easy way. No square sail. How can you consider yourself a proper Astron sailor if you don't even have a square sail? He doesn't even have it fitted. That's just lazy. What are you gonna do downwind? Is he just gonna skip the place? I think he might. He's too embarrassed. He just can't take it. Alright. Mail to Fort Astron. Mail to Fort Astron. There we go. Alright. here, I'll go ahead. Oh, he's coming back this way. Okay. Better not hit my boat, dude. Better not. Keep my eye on you. Hit my boat, there's gonna be trouble. There'll be trouble. I'm telling you. I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. Nope. Better not hurt my boat. Full barrel. I swear to Astra, if you hit my boat when you try and pull out of here, we're gonna have words. I'm gonna just come over there and board you. You and your floating pulley or whatever that is. Oh. Balanced. There we go. Okay, anything else we need while we're here? We got a fair amount of gold. We're good, but I don't want to leave while he's just staring at us there. Might have to. Sorry, but to the victor go the spoils, and to the victor goes the first departure, friend. I don't make the rules. I just play by them. So, too bad, huh? Too bad. You know, better luck next time. Better luck next time, friend. Oh, really? You're just gonna do that, huh? Really? 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 My God. Sir. Good sir. What are you... Oh. Oh. Very confused. Sir. Sir, I must protest. What do you think you're doing? Exactly. What are you trying to accomplish here? Sir. Is this because of all the jokes? It's because of the jokes, isn't it? What are you even doing? Okay, I guess we're going this way. I guess we're going that way. Fish on it? Yeah. That's... Yeah. Good sir. Good sir. Ah, I missed. Oh well. Oh well. We're going remarkably fast. What if we pull up sail? Can we get disentangled from this guy? We're all the way to that side, and get out, we're gonna push. Come on. Come on, there's gotta be a way to get us disentangled. It wasn't that serious. Alright. It's just taking us for a ride. Oh, okay. Come on, push. Push! Doesn't want to push. For some reason, I keep ending up in his rigging every time I try and jump on his boat. Oh, we seem to be peeling away. There we go. There we go, we're free. Alright. I'll sue, you know. That's assault. It's vehicular manslaughter. Vehicular assault. Could have been vehicular manslaughter. You're lucky I'm such a good sailor. You'll hear from the Postal Service's lawyers, sir. Alright. Alright, let's just... We're better than that. Let's just go. Let's just go. We don't need to stoop to his level. We do not need to. We know we're better. Alright. Just when I was starting to forgive you, too. Well, you can take that forgiveness and you can just no longer count on it, sir. That was dangerous. That was dangerous, sir. He can't hear us. He's gone. Alright. We're gonna attack. We're gonna go off that way. Come up on the wind. There we go. We'll head this way for now, and then we'll attack again and head straight for Fort Astra. Unhappy with that man. Plus his valuable time. Alright, let's have some water. Let's have some food. Put this back in the water. We'll go ahead and take a nap once we've had a meal. And hopefully we'll be ready to attack back the other way once we wake up. The nerve of some people. Like, that was just road rage. We were clearly already departing. We were occupying a volume in space that two boats cannot occupy at the same time, and he decided that he was going to try and force the issue. I think we should press charges against that man. I really do. I really do. He could have killed somebody. It's only by Astra's grace that he didn't. Alright, we're almost there. Just a bit longer. A little bit more beating into the wind. We'll be home. How's our hunger looking? Alright, but never hurts to put the lines out. There we go. One and one. Alright. Oh, we need some fruit. Let's see. lot of fruit. Look at it, goodness. Wow. Are we that scurvy? Wow. Okay. Alright. When we get hungrier, we'll fill up some more. We'll probably try and come in here and put right into the shipyard dock. Let's take a short nap. Alright, everything's looking good. We can try and... Oh, still looking scurvy, okay. Yeah, maybe it's a bug, I don't know. Once we put into port, we'll sleep in one of the inns, and that should top our hunger up properly. We'll see if we're actually as bad as it looks. Alright, let's bring this up a little bit. Go ahead and drop that. We'll just sail in on the jib. Nice and easy. And hopefully no maniacs will come along and try to murder us again. That would be nice. Good thing about docking at the shipyard is they generally don't put in here. It's good to be home. Good to be home. Come on. Go sit in there. Nope, that didn't work. Alright. Alright, let's deliver the mail. Got our 2 local packets here from when we first came in. And then we got our 1 long distance one all the way up from Happy Bay. And that'll be a nice little payday. After that, I think we'll do a few more local runs around here. Now that we've got the reputation to kind of load up on them, might be a little bit more profitable, a bit easier to make it interesting than days and days on end out in the ocean. Might do a big montage episode maybe where we go all the way down to Emerald and then all the way back to Alank and all the way up again. Do a circuit in a little boat. That might be a little while yet. Alright, that's us at 2,950. Incidentally, how much gold would that be if we converted it to gold mines? Let's see. Not enough. Not nearly 110. Alright. So we just gotta keep on grinding. Alright. In the meantime, however, let's see about making a few changes here. Let's make some changes. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. I like that. Alright. Do it. Confirm it. Alright, we're committed. Alright, let's tie off again. And after we tie off, I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. So we've pretty much done what we set out to do here. Left. Is that enough to get us a chronometer where we could navigate a little bit more effectively? It very well might be. It might be. Let's find out. 1923. Just not quite enough to get there. Ugh. Just barely. Just barely. Next. 2022. Just barely not enough. Ever so slightly. Alright. So we'll have to do a few more jobs. That's not too bad. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I have been DerKrampus. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked what you saw, please like, leave a comment, subscribe, interact with the channel. It means a lot to me. I value all the comments. I try to reply to all of them. Alright, thank you so much, and have a nice day.